Tovala. Try it risk-free for 100 days at Tovala.com.
This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner.
Yo, what is going on, everybody? This is Kaplan and Crew from the 7 Mile Casino Studios. It is Monday afternoon, March 28th, 2022, and we are just getting onto the airwaves of ESPN 1090, onto the stream of YouTube, onto all the different audio podcast platforms. And tonight, between 7 and 8 p.m., we will be on Channel 4 San Diego, part of the Cox View Network, and broadcasting on cable TV throughout the state of California. So look, as we get ready to get started here on a Monday, this is where my head was, at least around last evening, about 7 p.m., okay? I thought today we would start off with some NCAA basketball tournament because the Final Four is set. We'll have the championship games starting on Saturday night. You got the two Final Four games, and then Monday, a week from today, will be the actual NCAA championship. So I thought, you know what? Maybe we'll start with some NCAA basketball. And the fact of the matter is that St. Peter's, who was the Cinderella story, making it to the Elite Eight, they got blasted yesterday by North Carolina. And so the story comes to an end. And frankly, the games in particular yesterday were not even all that competitive. So I was thinking maybe we'd start with some NCAA basketball. Okay. Yesterday afternoon, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I can't believe I set my day around this, but I decided I was going to watch the Lakers versus the Pelicans because I know that there's a lot on the line right now as everybody is jockeying for positioning, whether it's to the play-in tournament or maybe to even avoid the play-in tournament. And I mean, I'm not the sort of NBA fan that's kind of following every last thing or every last little game and who's playing who. I'm more of a story fan. I like to follow the story of Kyrie Irving is going to play in Brooklyn for the first time all year because they've lifted the COVID restrictions. That's a story. I like that story. The Lakers are going to New Orleans. LeBron took the game off against Philadelphia, the game I was at last Wednesday, and now LeBron's going to be back and the Lakers are going to take care of business. And I thought maybe we would start there, especially since the Lakers had like a 60-40 lead in the second quarter and do what they do in the second half, in particular the third quarter, and find ways to blow leads and give up games. So I thought maybe we'd start some NCAA basketball, maybe some Laker basketball. I'll tell you something else I was thinking about. Maybe we were going to start Padres, spring training, projected lineups, just things like that, like, sports stuff. And then I don't know about the rest of you guys, but did anybody last night see on television? This is an important question, the way I'm asking it. Did you see the Academy Awards last night on television? Alex, Browner, guys, good afternoon. Hope you had a great weekend. Glad to be with you fellas. But just tell me this. Did you see this happen on TV? Because the whole world is talking about it. It's plastered all over every social media platform. So everybody on the planet is talking about Will Smith smacking Chris Rock. And did either of you guys see this on TV?
No. No. I don't watch the Oscars. I haven't. I won't. So, no.
Alex?
Yeah, if the Oscars start acknowledging movies that people actually watch,
right,
I might tune in.
Right.
But until then, yeah, I have no interest, none at all.
Okay, so here's the thing. So it's like 7:30ish last evening, right? And my daughter Jillian is still home from college, and my daughter Jaden is like, "Hey, we're gonna watch the Oscars tonight. We're having a little sister Oscar party." So Jaden, Jillian, Julia are all sitting around watching the Oscars. And I'm sitting there as well, but I'm not really watching. It's on television, but I'm not really watching. I don't have any interest in it at all. Chris Rock is on stage. I'm watching on live television. Chris Rock is on stage. And again, I'm not listening. I don't think the volume was very loud. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's being said. And I see Will Smith walk on stage and I see the slap. And I think, because remember, the sound is off. I'm not rewinding and I'm barely paying attention. I'm like, okay, they did some kind of a bit. That's funny. Let's move on, right? So then I wind up going out to grab a bite to eat and I turn on my phone. Like I open up Twitter and I see what's going on. I'm like, oh my God, the whole world is talking about this. This was not just some comedy bit, some fake slap. This actually happened. So then I hear it and I watch it and I see the unedited version, et cetera, et cetera. Can I just tell you guys something? I don't know why. I do not have any understanding of why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling. and I know, Alex, you'll probably ridicule the hell out of me for what I'm about to say. Browner, I think, might actually feel me on this, though. I don't know why, but I'm really, really, really upset about it. I mean, I don't know Will Smith from a can of paint. I don't know Chris Rock. I've never met the man before. I love his comedy. I think he's brilliant. Okay. I'm a Chris Rock fan. I can say I'm a Chris Rock fan. Will Smith, all right. I mean, I acknowledge what a brilliant career the guy has had. I get it. Okay. But I'm not a Will Smith fan per se. I don't exactly know what it is inside of my body right now, but it's like I'm so upset. I'm so pissed at Will Smith for doing what he did. And I've tried to analyze it from a million different angles. Like I don't know, Chris Rock's hands are behind his back. I mean, he's not trying to defend himself. Will Smith, it's like a sucker punch on national television live. And I was telling a friend of mine last night, one famous black man and another famous black man on national television, which I didn't know at the time. Apparently, the Academy Awards show was produced by a black man, and the movie that
Will
Will
Packer.
Smith, the movie that Will Smith won, he's playing, a black man who was a controversial figure at one time. I don't know what it is, guys. Alex, I can see your grin on your face. I don't know what it is. I am so upset about what happened during the Academy Awards, an award show that was on my television. The audio was down. I was barely paying attention. And most people who are outraged by what they saw didn't see it on TV. They saw it on social media. I'm so upset. I don't know why.
Look, I mean, Alex, you want to go first, or you want me?
No, I want to lay down and let you guys have this conversation.
Okay, great.
I'm gonna act like you're talking about F1, like the way you act. Yeah, that's
Nice.
how
Well,
much
before
I care.
you do, I just want to tell you something. I love the new background you got going on in your home studio there, Grande. I love it.
Yeah, finally had Mars approval of doing stuff, so this is what it looks like from here on out. This
I
is what we
love
get.
the monitor.
What happened to the TV? Thought there was gonna be a TV up there.
He's got a monitor over his right shoulder.
What's going on the wall?
That's fine.
I don't want to put holes on my wall if I don't have to.
He's a
That's
homeowner.
fair.
The guy's a
That's
homeowner
fair.
now.
It's such a random part of the room to put a whole mount there
TV?
would just be so. Yeah. Anyways,
Now what?
That
So
makes
so
sense.
so I see the Sandlot over your right shoulder, which is
Gonna live.
the and then the one over your left shoulder. I can't really exactly tell what that is.
this
What?
is a
It's Kobe Bryant.
canvas painting of Kobe Bryant. I believe this is the third one when he was with Shaq. It was a gift from my buddy this weekend. I'm the best man officiant at his wedding. This is my best man gift. And I was like, I've been looking for a
That's
Kobe
awesome.
canvas art,
Mhm.
and Mar has not approved one.
Mhm.
And he picked one on his own, and Mar approved it.
Yeah, from where I'm sitting, I couldn't really tell, but good eyes by you, Brown man. That's a beautiful piece.
It's fantastic.
That's really
Yeah.
great. All right,
Very
so
lovely.
Browner, I don't know what it is, man. I swear to you, I don't know. Maybe what bothers me so much about this Will Smith thing is that if I'm Chris Rock, I can't decide if what Chris Rock did was the right thing to do or the wrong thing to do.
It was the right thing to do.
Because let me tell you something. If you go back and watch this, the way Chris Rock first makes a joke, like Will Smith just came up here and smacked the you know what out of me, but then he's got to regain his composure. He's just been smacked in front of millions and millions of people. Not to mention, I mean, he's been smacked in front of the room, and Will Smith is sitting down there yelling at him, "Keep my wife's name out your effing mouth." And Chris Rock goes, "Okay, dude, it was a G.I. Jane joke." And Will Smith's like, "Yeah, but keep my wife's name out of your effing mouth." He's like, "Okay, I will. Because now that you've come up on stage and smacked me in front of everybody, I won't say anything again since that's the consequence." But the way he has to then move on, and you can tell he's rattled, he's on stage, he's standing up there in front of everybody by himself, and he is rattled, but he got through it. I feel like my instinct would have been as soon as he turned away and started walking down that stage, I feel like I would have gone and taken him down, pushed him face first off the stage. I don't know what I would have done. I feel so bad for Chris Rock. I don't know. I don't know why this is upsetting me so much, but it's really got me upset.
In that particular situation, I would have to say Chris Rock did the exact same thing that I would have done to a certain extent. Now, that joke that he thought of, once he kind of gathered himself and did the comedian thing, when a joke then popped in his head to say about Jada Pinkett Smith, he held that joke. And to him, kudos to him. Will Smith is a coward. I'm gonna talk real straightforward. Will Smith is a coward. His problem is with his wife. It's not with Chris Rock. It's not with that joke. That joke is an issue because that joke just brought the problem to a head.
But what
This is-
joke? Which joke?
so-
Like, let's get because
The joke about Will
G.I.
Smith,
Jane,
right?
Because here's the thing. Apparently, she's got some sort of
Alopecia.
okay. I don't know what that is.
It's an
Alopecia.
autoimmune disease.
Okay. So sorry that she has it. Didn't know. Don't know that everybody else in the world automatically has to know
Right.
that.
Exactly.
So what's the joke?
So again, that's what I'm saying. It's not the actual joke of we found the star of the next G.I. Jane 2, Jada Pinkett Smith. She's right here. She looks gorgeous, blah, blah, blah. That joke is not what set him off. The joke of his family now being a punching bag or a meme across the internet happened because of his wife. So the fact that she put them in this situation and now he then turns and wants to retaliate on Chris Rock for something that she did is a coward's behavior.
Can you fill us in? Because I'm not really sure I know what we're talking about here.
okay.
Because I decided I needed to go figure out if there was some background here. So I did Google it, and what I found was apparently a couple years ago, these two separated, Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith. Like they had a quiet separation, and at the time, she started sleeping around with some rapper guy.
Her son's friend, August Ostina.
Yeah, her son's friend, a young guy.
Yes.
Yeah, Alex, do you know about this?
I know about it now. I didn't
No,
know
but,
about it.
like,
I didn't know
okay.
about it last night.
Nor did I. So
I did.
all I knew is this. Here's what
I
knew.
know this.
Yeah.
We know way too much about Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith's
Yes, we
real
do.
life.
And we
Yeah.
and we know that because the
'Cause
Smiths
they do it.
Yeah, but
Right.
here's the thing. They're not above being made fun of.
No,
in other
no
words,
one is.
Right. They're actors. They're internationally famous people. And you have another black man on stage who's a comedian who's
Mhm.
looking around the room and he's doing his thing and he sees her and what was G.I. Jane some piece of art that no one could ever goof around about ever again? And the fact that she's sitting there bald, I don't know if Chris Rock knows that she's got alopecia or even what alopecia is. So
Right.
the fact that he's able to make a joke and that it upset, first of all, if you watch the reaction,
He
Will
laughed
Smith is
first.
laughing and then
Mhm.
she's not laughing. And then
Mhm.
that's when things. So anyway, so Browner, where do you come down on all this?
So again, the Smiths
Mm-hmm.
are richer than money can buy. Okay? For whatever reason, her career wasn't going at the level of his was. And so she sold their family out for a Facebook talk show, not CBS, not ABC, not NBC, a Facebook talk show where she went on that show and talked about all their family business, which turned them into a running joke. All of them. All of them. And so now it's Chris Rock's fault, and you're mad at him because the internet has been crushing your family because of your wife's Facebook talk show. So to me, what he did was utterly a coward's move. And I'm not even talking about the slap. The slap is the smallest part of the thing. Will Packer is a well-known African-American producer.
Mm-hmm.
That show you saw last night, produced by a black man. Will Smith knew he was going to win the Oscar for King Richard. So the night was going to be long, best actor to a black man. And the time you chose to lose your bits was on another black man. I find that ironic. I really do. Because if Ricky Gervais would have made that joke, would he have done the same thing? Hell no. Hell no. So it was a terrible night. I don't think they should take the Oscar away from him because he
No,
won
not
it.
about taking not
He
about taking it away
earned.
from him. You know what they should have done? They should have removed him right there on the
Yes,
spot.
they
They
should
should
have
have had
escorted him out.
they should have had security come over to him and say, "Excuse me, but you have to go." And they're like, "Well, wait, I'm going to win the Oscar tonight, or at least I got a really good." Oh well, you
It'll be in
shouldn't
the
have walked up
mail.
on stage and smacked somebody in the face. You just humiliated the entire show. You just
Yes,
humiliated another person, and frankly, more than just kicking you out tonight, the police are waiting here to press charges
because
for assault.
I just think what he did was a coward move. He did a coward's act. You're mad at your wife, or you're mad at someone else, and you took that negative energy out on a person who had nothing to do with why you actually mad.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Later in the show, when Will Smith does win the Academy Award and he's crying and he's apologizing,
Fake.
bro, you
Keep
you
it.
can't you can't apologize with an
Keep
ounce
it.
of class to say to Chris Rock, hey, I need to say to Chris Rock,
I'm
my
sorry.
brother, I am
Yes.
so terribly sorry. I lost my cool. I'm sorry. It was. I know you're just up here making jokes, and as a performer, as an artist, as an actor, I know how hard it is to be on stage
Mm-hmm.
and do what you just did. And I know that you're looking around and you're just making jokes about people you know. And see, one of my friends was saying to me, they're like, "This is all a setup," and I'm like, "Why do you say that?" And they're like, "How could they have had the camera on Will Smith and Jada Pinkett when he was telling that joke?" I'm like, "Don't you think most of this stuff is written? I mean,
Right.
don't you think that they know in advance he's going to say this about her? So make sure you have a camera on her to see her reaction. He's going to say this about him. He's not going off script per se. At least I don't think so.
That joke could have been off script, but
Maybe.
even if then, there are 100 cameras. There are like 50 people invisible where you can see them that are contestants because they have Reese Witherspoon's reaction, Lupita Nyong'o's reaction, Nicole Kidman, Denzel Washington. They have all these people's faces because they have cameras tuned on all these people. And Chris Rock, and Will Smith was going to win Best Actor. He was right in the front. He was right in the front. So the cameras were trained on them. If Will Smith had a problem with the joke, man to man, he could have gone to Chris Rock after the show, and you want to put hands on him then, that's when you put hands on him. Because now you man to man, you know whatever's going to happen is between you and him. But to do that during a live broadcast, I thought it was cowardice.
Dude, Chris
really
Rock's he's got his hands behind his back.
It was cowardice.
And the one thing I got to say about Chris Rock, dude, he took that slap no problem.
Yeah.
He took that slap. You heard it. It didn't. You knew it was real. He took that slap and stood there. Still had his hands behind his
Kept
back.
working.
Tried to make a joke out of it. Tried to get his stuff back together, which you could tell it was not easy for him to do. Oh man, I mean,
I hope Chris Rock tells 1,000 jokes about Jada Pinkett Smith.
me
And
too.
Will Smith too. I hope
Me
he tells
too.
1,000 of them. I hope other comedians join in because
Yeah.
what he did, they deserve it. They deserve it. I hope every comedian crushes them, every single one.
I have no idea why. I literally have no idea why I'm so upset about this.
It
Seriously.
was so distasteful. It was beneath Will Smith to do that. It was beneath him.
When I
I
said
gotta
to a
tell
friend,
you guys, dude.
Yeah.
I was not watching, but when it
Me
happened,
neither.
when it happened, I wasn't watching anything, so I just turned it on and really was on Twitter. I'm very glad that happened. That was the most entertained that I have ever been watching I don't give one rat's ass about Will Smith or Chris Rock's feelings like at all. So to me, as a viewer, I was like, yeah, they should do more of this, even if it was fake. I was like, this is fantastic. Look, Will Smith clearly has some issues. I don't care. I
Clearly.
don't know Will Smith. I'll never meet Will Smith. I'll never talk to Will Smith. And that's the way we should all approach this. These are people with their own lives. And just because they're on TV and movies doesn't make them it shouldn't give them the right to make you feel like you feel, Scott. For
Well,
nothing,
how about this?
like
How about,
you know what
but
I mean?
how
Like,
about this? But how about like being above the law? Like and feeling like no one can say anything about you. I mean, like to me, what I'm really upset about is like Will Smith's ego. Like, who does he think he is? Muhammad Ali? Does he think he's Richard Williams in real life? Because that lame ass speech that he gave, where I'm about defending my family, just like Richard Williams was about defending his family. I'm like, dude, you're a guy. You're a black man in America in 2022. And with everything that has happened to Black America in the last year and a half, to disrespect another black man who's up there doing jokes, who's one of the most famous comedians on this stage, like you're saying, black man produced it, black man on stage making jokes, ultra
by the way,
famous guy. Yeah.
Black man won the Oscar that Chris Rock handed out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because wasn't it?
Questlove.
Yep, right.
Yep.
I listen,
And
Alex.
on that night, by the way, on that night as well, they were honoring Samuel Jackson as a Lifetime Achievement Award.
I'm telling you, I swear to God, I don't know what my problem is. I don't know what my problem is.
I don't know either because
am
I
super
literally
upset.
laughed. I literally laughed
Well, I did too.
and kept
I didn't.
laughing
I didn't
and
laugh.
and still laugh when I watch it. Like people are, oh, that's so cringy. Like, no, that was
I
hilarious.
thought it was fake. I
thought it was
laughed.
hilarious.
I laughed initially because I thought it was fake. I was like, "That Will Smith's a better actor than that."
And I
It's a
knew it
terrible
too.
slap.
I knew it too. Like, and I'm not gonna be that guy, but I knew that this would be the conversation on this show, on every show. I saw Stephen A blowing up on the wrong Will Smith on Twitter. seen like so many people, and I was like, this is gonna dominate the news for the next
It
48
is
hours.
right. All right.
Like it's some massive deal, which is
right.
It's not.
No, I know, but
I just think so many people watched it that it becomes a big deal. And
It
then
is
now
a ma-
people
it is
have
a-
these,
it is a
these
massive
think
deal.
pieces
It is a-
and these emotions that
See,
you
this is where I
shouldn't even
disagree with
have.
you. I disagree with you. It is a massive deal because this particular award show has been criticized on many levels for not representing all films and colors of people who make films.
I think
You know,
my point is that this show shouldn't be a big deal.
no,
They're
but,
handing out awards for acting.
no, but I'm telling you this, and this is what I said to a friend
That's kind
last
of what
night.
I'm getting at.
I'm like, black man on another black man on national television. I'm like, and they're like, why is this got to be racial? I'm like, because that's the way people will talk about it. All right, we'll get more. We got a lot to get to. I don't know why, but I'm so upset about this. Stick around, everybody. We're in the 7 Mile Casino Studios, and we're just getting rolling. This is Kaplan and Crew.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Dominating the SoCal radio airwaves for over 20 years. Join Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner for Kaplan and Crew every Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. Only on the mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and the mightier1090.com.
Rugby. It's America's fastest growing sport and the predecessor of American football, combining football's physicality, the free-flowing grace of soccer, the ball-handling skills of basketball, and the intensity of ice hockey. No pads, no helmets, all action. Rugby Wrap-Up and Major League Rugby every Thursday night at 9 p.m. on Your View.
Victor Howell here, host for the NCAA tournament special, Dance to the Dome. Each week during the tournament, we'll assemble a panel of regional experts that follow your local teams all the way to the Final Four at the Dome. Highlights, predictions, interviews, and more as we dance to the Dome on Your View.
Brought to you by Kearney Mesa Chevrolet. We're San Diego proud. Minutes from anywhere on Balboa Avenue.
Main streets are the heart of our communities, where we connect with our neighbors, support local businesses, and share new adventures. Main Street Living celebrates all of this, bringing you uplifting stories with guests from across the country and your community. Main Street Living covers what's important to you today, from our street to your street. Join Cheryl, Danielle, and Quincy for Main Street Living. Mondays at 9 on Your View.
So I became a dentist because I just love science and I love art. I have a music background, so I wanted to do something that I can use the hand dexterity that I've developed, through my musical training. We've had a practice in San Diego for 25 years. It's called the Super Dentist. For over 2 decades, I've had parents ask me the same questions on a daily basis. And so I decided to put all of this information in one place. I wrote a book. Title of it is If Your Mouth Could Talk. Because if your mouth could talk, it would tell you about the condition of your entire life. Right now, the oral care marketplace is a mess. And so we decided to launch a new company called Supermouth, which is a subscription model of oral care. And so we want to be proactively educating parents, providing the tools and the oral care products to make sure they can raise healthier, happier, more successful kids. The education piece is a key piece in our company, because if you're educated as a parent, you're going to do the right things. People can find my book, If Your Mouth Could Talk, themouthbook.com, and purchase the book there, and also get some special gifts to go along with the book.
You always want to live in the best home possible. And that's what really at the heart of what our business is all about. And for over 20 years now, we've been focused on helping people get to the right property. At Move Up San Diego, we have created systems that are duplicatable because that creates the same results. Whether it's a trade-in option that we're doing a lot of right now, which allows people to be a cash buyer before they actually sell their home, or our moving concierge program, which actually helps you not just with the buying and selling of a property, but we help with the entire move. The best way to get a hold of Move Up San Diego is to either visit our website, moveupsandiego.com, or you can download our app called Move Up Homes, or you can call me direct on my cell phone at 858-204-7259.
Listen to The Mike Greenberg Show, 7 to 9 a.m. Pacific, Monday through Friday. Greeny brings his unmatched depth of sports knowledge, fun, and entertainment back to ESPN on a daily basis. The Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and themightier1090.com.
Rugby. It's America's fastest growing sport and the predecessor of American football, combining football's physicality, the free-flowing grace of soccer, the ball-handling skills of basketball, and the intensity of ice hockey. No pads, no helmets, all action. Rugby Wrap-Up and Major League Rugby every Thursday night at 9 p.m. on Your View.
The 2022 San Diego Loyal season is here. Live on YourView and YourView.com. Watch the San Diego Loyal host the El Paso Locomotive FC Sunday, April 3rd at 2 p.m. Come join us at Torero Stadium and support the San Diego Loyal as they make their bid for the 2022 USL Championship. Tickets are available. San Diego Loyal versus the El Paso Locomotive FC, Sunday, April 3rd on YourView.
Victor Howell here, host for the NCAA Tournament Special Dance to the Dome. Each week during the tournament, we'll assemble a panel of regional experts that follow your local teams all the way to the Final Four at the Dome. Highlights, predictions, interviews, and more as we dance to the Dome on Your View.
Brought to you by AB Tax Law. Triumph over your serious tax problems with AB Tax Law. Here's Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout with Haley Stasiak.
The San Diego Loyal got the win against the Phoenix Rising on Saturday, 3-2. The Loyal broke the Rising's 22-match unbeaten home streak with some heroics from Alejandro Guido. It was Guido's first goal of the season. He found a window of space in the 76th minute and took advantage, shooting his shot into the left wall of the net to get the Loyal the win. San Diego had the lead for the majority of the game before Phoenix came back and tied things up. The Rising's 2 goals came within 4 minutes of each other in the second half. San Diego's other 2 goals came in the 38th minute by Evan Conway and in the 45th minute by Kyle Vassell. The win gave San Diego 3 points, edging them ahead to number 1 in the West Coast Conference. The Royal return home this weekend to take on the El Paso Locomotive on Sunday. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew tonight.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by YourView.
I'm tax attorney Adam Brewer. If you have a serious tax problem with the IRS or state of California, then you don't need a tax relief company, you need a tax attorney. Call or visit my website to schedule your free tax evaluation.
Victor Howell here, host for the NCAA Tournament Special Dance to the Dome. Each week during the tournament, we'll assemble a panel of regional experts that follow your local teams all the way to the Final Four at the Dome. Highlights, predictions, interviews, and more as we dance to the Dome on Your View.
Brought to you by AB Tax Law. Triumph over your serious tax problems with AB Tax Law.
I'm tax attorney Adam Brewer. If you have a serious tax problem with the IRS or state of California, then you don't need a tax relief company, you need a tax attorney. Call or visit my website to schedule your free tax evaluation.
Welcome back This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, John Browner, and Alex Padilla.
Hey, great friends. What's happening? Today is Monday. It is March 28th. I had to look up at the corner of my computer to get my date.
Well done.
Thank you very much. I even know the year. It's 2022. We're in the 7 Mile Casino Studios. I think so. Yeah, I'm almost positive. This is Kaplan and Crew along with Grande and the Brown Man. And fellas, we started today's show, and I don't, again, I've said this. I actually couldn't wait to get on the air to talk to you guys. Could not wait to get on the air to talk to you guys about this because I don't know what my problem is.
I literally like to that point, dude. Sorry to cut you off. Like,
keep going.
To that point, I'm not trying to play a role here. I really didn't care. I was sending memes and texts to my buddy because it's funny. Like, I knew that I was like, I better prepare because this is what we're going to talk about. I know Scott. He loves this crap. Never did I ever think that you would come on and be like, I am so upset by this.
I am.
I never thought. I thought you would be more on my side. Like, wasn't that hilarious? Wasn't that entertaining?
No,
Yeah.
no, I'm not. And I'm actually like, I don't know what it is. And I keep saying that because I don't. I'm really not sure why. Like, have you ever had an emotion in your
You're
life?
like the guy that's complaining to the FCC about the Shakira and J-Lo show. Like that's the vibe you're giving me right now. Like, I am genuinely upset right now
I'm not,
of what I've watched on my television.
No. That's not what it is. That's
for
not
me,
what it is.
let me ask a question. Are we recording this?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there no place? Is there no place where we can't have violence? Like, to me, that was the part about it. I was like, come on, bro. Really? At this, like, is there no place where Black people cannot just not be violent? Like, what just solve? What just solve? Like, what was the? Because again, there's an inherent issue of the way Black people are portrayed in our society. So my feeling toward this is a little bit different than Scott's, and it's a little bit different than Alex's.
Actually, it's kind of right on with where I'm feeling. So keep going.
To me, this image of what Black people are to the overarching society.
Well, just say it to white people.
To the way white people view Black people,
right?
It's just like that. Can't take them.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Look how they act.
Well,
and of all the places,
right?
That's where you're going to do that?
Right. Because here's the thing: if in a basketball game, if LeBron James and Kevin Durant are face to face, barking at each other, and one guy decides to slap another guy in the face on a basketball court wearing basketball uniforms in the heat of a battle,
right?
You'd be like, okay, those are ball players. They get into it, you know? But when you have two ultra famous, ultra wealthy, incredibly prominent Black men wearing tuxedos on national television, where one guy's about to win the biggest honor of his career, and the other guy is so famous that they bring him on just to kind of just to be somebody to hand out some lame award to somebody. Which, by the way, they chose Chris Rock to hand out that award, probably knowing that who was going to win. So, like, this celebration of Blackness, when, remember, a couple of years ago, there was this big outcry.
So white?
Right. There was this huge outcry about how Black America is not being represented. Yep. And now here's what white America, and Alex, it's funny you mentioned the whole like Shakira J-Lo thing or like Janet Jackson, because when those things happened, white America was sitting in their home going, oh my goodness, did you just see that Black woman's nipple on television?
Oh, there was a black nipple last night on television.
There was?
Did you guys? So I tuned in, okay? I legit tuned in because I was like, something's going to happen. I didn't tune in right away. Kind of did the Twitter storm for a while. Then I was like, hey, you want to watch this? And she's like, yeah, we put it on. And at the moment, it was like the Samuel L. Jackson, John Travolta, Uma Thurman little Pulp Fiction reunion. And they were happening to hand out the award for Best Actor, which was Will Smith. And I was like, oh, perfect timing. There was a moment in his acceptance speech where they just went to the logo of the Oscars. And normally when they do that, it's a delay, right? So there's a delay. So something's happening on screen. And all of a sudden you hear Will Smith, oh, I spit. I'm sorry. I hope that they didn't catch that. He didn't go pooey, but he I guess something came out. What they were doing was they were panning to the Williams family. And Venus had such a dress that went down her cleavage. If you
Mm-hmm.
Google Venus nip slip, you'll see it on Twitter. I can't show it, obviously. Her left nipple's out.
No way.
Her left nipple is out. So as Will Smith is having this full-on breakdown emotional speech, they're panning to the family that he's talking about, and her boobie's out.
Not to mention.
Wait, I'm looking this up. Oh, whoa.
Yeah. This is a whole nother layer of frustration that I have about his actions. You were representing one of the greatest athletes in the history of sport in Serena Williams. And you disrespected that family too by taking the night away from them. Yeah, you won the award, but you won the award telling their story. And as you're paying homage and respect to them, when you won the award, your actions took away from that.
I know.
So on so many levels, man, on so many levels, I'm so annoyed. I'm so annoyed, and I'm so upset by the.
You're gonna be
You're
gonna be so annoyed when the Chris Rock Will Smith movie comes out in like 3 months, and you figure out
I know.
This is all
Then I'm really gonna be
punishment.
annoyed.
I hope so. I hope this is a lot to do with nothing. I really do.
Listen, Will Smith is a weirdo. His wife is a weirdo. Together, they're super weirdos. But they are so aware of themselves and their public perception. To me, because Chris Rock handled it like that, I'm still on Team Fake. I'm gonna go down as Team Fake.
No. Okay, so hold on a second. So I had this whole argument last night with somebody
Also,
about it being fake or real.
I can also provide some evidence to maybe support me.
Okay, hold on. Let me give you my opinion about that.
Yes.
So I'm having this argument last night with a friend of mine about whether or not it's fake or real. And here's what I'll tell you. This was my opinion. Number one, obviously you can hear the slap. Okay. Now you could tell me that somebody used sound effects. Okay, fine. We get
it was a
past that.
slap. But if you watch the slow-mo,
yeah,
not as strong as you might think.
Okay. Well, I mean, it didn't knock Chris Rock down. It didn't really move him off his spot.
He didn't even move his feet.
And he was standing
Will
there with
Smith,
his hands behind his back.
A big dude.
Yeah.
Who trained boxing multiple times, or for the Ali movie, and so he's got training.
Okay. Well, here's what I would say though. Here's why it's not fake in my opinion. There's no way Chris Rock would have them write up a comedy bit and they go, Chris, Will's going to walk on stage and he's going to smack you. And Chris Rock's going to be like, and what do I do? And they're like, nothing. You just move on, like as if nothing ever happened. Like, in my opinion, Chris Rock's going to say, I'm not going to be like that. I'm not going to have a man walk on stage and smack me like that. And then I'm just not going to do anything about it. I mean, I don't think Chris Rock would say, yeah, sounds funny. Let's do it.
It wouldn't. The reason why I think it wasn't fake, because Will Packer would never allow something at that event of that nature to be scripted. Because again, Will Packer is very aware of the image of Black people presented on television in this country.
Well, that's just it. Is that just think about this though. This is why I think I was so upset about it. Is that I feel like with what's happened to Black America in this country in the last year and a half since George Floyd. Okay, and by the way, we could back up. I mean, we go to George Zimmerman. You know,
we go along.
I mean,
we go back further than that.
White people. I don't mean to make such a blanket statement, but they have a perception of Black people. You know, and part of that perception is violence and danger.
Mm-hmm.
And so now you have this ultra famous, ultra wealthy, dressed in tuxedos on national television, these two ultra famous Black guys. And one guy is sitting there giggling and laughing. And then in a matter of seconds, he walks on stage on live TV and smacks the other dude in the face and then goes and sits back down and tells him, keep my wife's name out of your effing mouth.
When your wife's the one who puts your name out there like that.
Dude,
I just wife's the one that puts your name in the toilet.
Literally, you guys are literally explaining why this sounds so fake.
But listen, as
play by play, you're exactly why this sounds so fake.
The reason, and two, the aftermath of Denzel Washington. I don't know if you guys have seen this part.
I
but
did.
The aftermath of Denzel Washington and Tyler Perry talking to him as he's crying on the side of the stage after what had happened. Like, again, man.
Where is Denzel Washington to console Chris Rock?
Oh, he did. He did. There's a picture of him talking to Chris Rock, too, on the stage I'm assuming after the commercial had happened, once the commercial broke, Denzel Washington went up to him first and just kind of talked about it, and then pulled Will Smith to the side, and then him and Tyler Perry talked about it with him as well. And at that point, you could see Will was crying. And so
I don't know, Alex. I mean, the notion of it being
it's
fake.
not fake. I don't think it was fake. And if it was fake, I'm definitely going to the movie.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine if I think it was Stephen A. Smith who said if that was Dwayne Johnson up there who made that exact same joke? Is Will Smith going up there and putting hands
Dude,
on Dwayne Johnson?
Regina Hall, who's a black actress, made an open marriage joke like 30 minutes before Chris Rock did about Will Smith and Jada Pinkett. Was there a reaction there? No. Will Smith was laughing his ass off at that joke that Chris Rock said, and laughing his ass off at the one Regina Hall said. This is fake. There is a TikTok, because I'm a young person that goes on TikTok. I was scrolling yesterday. I don't follow Will Smith on TikTok. I know he's on TikTok. I don't follow him. Never have even seen one of his TikToks pop up on my For You page. I'm scrolling last night going, and what pops up? Oh, Will Smith's TikTok with Jada Pinkett 4 hours before that event.
I saw this, bro.
Let's
That's a
see it.
term that's commonly used. Now you sound like an old white man, Mr. TikTok.
Me and at Jada Pinkett Smith got all dressed up to choose chaos. And I'm going to play you the TikTok. You tell me.
Good morning, everyone. God has let me live another day, and I am about to make it everyone's problem.
I don't know.
Look, man.
I know what chaos means.
Yeah,
I'm just
that's
telling
a very
you.
common used phrase.
I'm putting it all together. You stop it. I'm putting it all together as a true detective here. Okay.
All right, Sherlock TikTok.
Because I am trying to bring levity to the situation that you two old men took some offense to.
I'm like, honestly,
Sorry.
like
Get off my
when
lawn.
I tell you,
I get Browner. I get what you're saying. As a black man, I completely understand what you're saying. The representation that you guys have been wanting and that now you're getting, it ruined that moment. Totally get that part of it. Never thought of it that way until you said it. And as someone who is a minority himself and Mexicans have had great success from directors recently at the Oscars, I get that prideful sense that you're finally being recognized for the work as a minority, because Mexican directors for like 4 or 5 years in a row won Best Director at the Oscars, and it was a big deal to Mexicans. So I totally get where you're coming from. I just choose to want to believe that this is all fake.
Okay. Well, I don't know
because
what
if
it
it's
is
not,
today.
it's a
Bad.
poor look for Willie from Philly.
Well, what about for Chris
Why
Rock?
his mama
though?
sent him out there?
I think this is why I'm so upset about it. I feel like Chris Rock stood there, hands behind his back, took that smack, and now he's got to hurry up and try and get it all back together live on stage. And the way Chris Rock is like, man, Will Smith just smacked the you know what out of me. And then he kind of is like looking to his side and he's like, that's like the greatest moment ever on television. People laugh. I mean, because there's a lot of tension in the room, right? But then you can tell Chris Rock is like, so I'm here to present best documentary the Oscar for documentary. And let's just go to because it's pre-recorded. So he goes, let's just go to the nominees because that kind of gives him a chance now to catch his breath off camera, And I just felt, I guess maybe what's bothering me is as a Chris Rock fan and not as a Will Smith fan is I feel like Chris Rock comes off looking like he just stood there and let another man just put his hands on him.
Nah.
Because even
I
if
thought he was that way.
I thought
No,
he
you
was
don't think
the
so?
coolest guy in the room.
I didn't see it that way.
If
You think
it's
so?
real,
Okay, good.
I've never thought a guy was cooler. If that is real, he handled it in the coolest, most like chill way of all time, dude.
If that was real, that's the word I'm about to use. If that was real, Chris Rock is the most professional person working in any business. Because here you are. I mean, he's professional. Like, hey, if I lose this job, I'm gonna be homeless. Because this man just slapped me in customer service, and I ain't do nothing. So he clearly is a higher professional and more in tune to what was happening of the night than that clown Will Smith was, who will forever be a clown.
So what happens now? Like the next time they have the ESPY Awards and there's a comedian doing
Can't tell a joke.
jokes. You're not allowed to tell jokes anymore because people get so offended by jokes. That what are you going to do? You're going to have somebody. LeBron James doesn't like the fact that you're telling a joke about how bad the Lakers season was, and he walks up on stage and smacks you in the face because that's now the norm at a lot of shows.
Let me say this too. It's directed at her.
Her.
His wife, Jada
Jada
Pinkett
Pinkett?
Smith. Yeah, they're directed at her. If y'all can't take a joke, don't go. Don't go. He still would have won an Oscar. He could have accepted his award from home. Don't go. If you're going through something medically and you're uncomfortable being out in public, don't go. Don't put yourself in a position to be talked about. Don't go. But instead, if you're going to be a celebrity, if you're going to enjoy all the victories of being a celebrity, some of the spoils will come to you as well. And when you put all your life's business out there for consumption in the rumor mill for a Facebook show, and you embarrass your husband, an international megastar, your life becomes a joke. And so you
Yeah, you know what you're signing up for, right? You know what you're signing up for. You're sitting front row, center stage, front row.
In front of one of the greatest, in front of one of the greatest comedians of all time.
I think it was a comedian hosting too, right? Amy Schumer.
Amy Schumer.
You
and
knew what
Wanda
was
Sykes.
coming,
right? Yeah.
And I hope, if this is
I
real,
hope it's fake.
I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced it's real. If it's real, I hope that Chris Rock never gives Will Smith the pleasure or honor or whatever you want to call it to do any sort of sit-down interview about this. I hope Chris Rock never lets Will Smith try and regain his reputation as and do this apology with Oprah on air. I hope that never happens. I hope Chris Rock never even addresses it and just moves on and makes Will Smith look like the dick.
I mean, I just was surprised. Like I kept thinking to myself, I don't know about you guys. I kept thinking this to myself. If I were on a stage, not that I feel like I'm going to be invited to the Academy Awards anytime soon to, because for me, I'd look over at Jada Pinkett Smith. I'd be like, I'm not sure I know who that is exactly. But if I were on stage and somebody
set it off,
I know,
years from that movie.
Long time.
If I were on stage and somebody came up and did that to me, like what would I do? And I'd rather
I would have cursed a lot more. That's for sure.
Right. I'd rather like, as he sat down, he goes, keep my wife's name out of your mouth. I'd be like, yo, man, like what are you like? Are you guys too rich and too famous that no one's allowed to poke fun? I mean, really? Like, I feel like I know me. I would have like gone at them on stage, like Chris Rock.
He had a joke. If you watch it, once he slapped him and he went down, Chris Rock kind of gathered himself. He had a joke, and he, for whatever reason, he held on to it. He held on to that joke because I guarantee you it was going to be about that boy who she had sex with.
All right, let's see it. Let's see what happened here. Okay. Alex is going to play it. All right, let's see this.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. Oh, wow. Will Smith just smacked the out of me. Wow, dude. Yeah. It was a G.I. Jane joke.
G.I. Jane のジョークだったんです。
I'm going to, okay? Okay.
Right there.
That was greatest night in the history of television. Okay.
テレビ史上
Yeah, you're right, brother. He had one ready. He had one ready. He's like, man, he'll come up here and beat me down.
That's why I take my hat off to him, because he's a professional. He could have mowed that man down. He could have embarrassed Will Smith for eternity with jokes.
Right.
Eternity.
Yeah.
But he chose not to.
Plenty of ammo.
Yeah. And then the videos of Will Smith afterwards at the Vanity Fair party jamming and dancing like nothing ever happened. What a
fake
dick.
dude.
What a jerk.
And then he used the speech as like, oh, Richard Williams was a crazy defender of his family. Blah blah.
Richard Williams was a dick, and everybody hated him.
Bro. Yeah, that sounded like that speech. I don't care. He's an actor, okay? So when people are like, oh, he was crying. He's a freaking actor who just won the Oscar for Best Actor. So when people are like, oh, he was crying.
Who cries like that, by the way, in a lot of his movies.
Yeah, where he's just like tucks his lip in, and then all of a sudden, like one tear comes out. It's beautiful the way he acts, but still. So people are like, "Oh, he was crying," and the commercial break. It's acting,
dude. He should have been escorted out at that moment. The Academy Awards should have said, "Get him out of here." And by the way, he really should have been arrested for assault on the spot. Now, I know I sound like the old guy here. I sound like an old white guy. I'm just telling you, like, I just kept thinking about it from Chris Rock's perspective. How could you let that man do that to you? And I'm with you, Browner.
He declined to press any charges to LAPD. So according to reports, the LAPD
Yeah.
went up to Chris Rock and asked him if he wanted to press charges. He said no because it's fake. And and yeah, dude, it was the whole thing. I wish I watched it live, man. I really did.
I watched it live and didn't really know what was going on until later.
I think no one did. No one did.
Right. All right. Hey, look, we're in the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. If you love blackjack and poker and table games in a smoke-free environment just 7 minutes south of downtown San Diego, come on down to our place, 7 Mile Casino. If you love Sammy's Wood Fire Pizza, and they got restaurants all over San Diego, they got Sammy's Restaurant and Bar now inside 7 Mile Casino. So look, if you want to play table games, if you want to have fun, if you want great food, great booze, this is the place to be because it got it all in a completely smoke-free environment, in a beautiful environment. I say beautiful like 10 times because it's great. I love it. And I invite you to come on down. 7 Mile Casino, 7milecasino.com. All right, let's get into some other stuff, like some sports stuff. Stick around. This is Kaplan and Crew on a Monday.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
You're listening to the 50,000-watt Powerhouse, bringing you the new generation of radio up and down all of California with a little bit of attitude. This is SoCal Sports Talk, the all-new and mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio.
Rugby. It's America's fastest growing sport and the predecessor of American football, combining football's physicality, the free-flowing grace of soccer, the ball-handling skills of basketball, and the intensity of ice hockey. No pads, no helmets, all action. Rugby Wrap-Up and Major League Rugby every Thursday night at 9 p.m. on Your View.
The 2022 San Diego Loyal season is here. Live on Your View and YourView.com. Watch the San Diego Loyal host the El Paso Locomotive FC Sunday, April 3rd at 2 p.m. Come join us at Torero Stadium and support the San Diego Loyal as they make their bid for the 2022 USL Championship. Tickets are available. San Diego Loyal versus the El Paso Locomotive FC, Sunday, April 3rd on Your View.
Replacing missing teeth with the new small diameter or mini implants. With us, we have an expert on the topic, Dr. Joe Gillespie. Dr. Gillespie.
Hey, Randy.
Welcome to the program.
Great to see you again.
Here's Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout with Haley Stasiak.
The San Diego Loyal got the win against the Phoenix Rising on Saturday, 3-2. The Loyal broke the Rising's 22-match unbeaten home streak with some heroics from Alejandro Guido. It was Guido's first goal of the season. He found a window of space in the 76th minute and took advantage, shooting his shot into the left wall of the net to get the Loyal the win. San Diego had the lead for the majority of the game before Phoenix came back and tied things up. The Rising's 2 goals came within 4 minutes of each other in the second half. San Diego's other 2 goals came in the 38th minute by Evan Conway and in the 45th minute by Kyle Vassell. The win gave San Diego 3 points, edging them ahead to number 1 in the West Coast Conference. The Royal return home this weekend to take on the El Paso Locomotive on Sunday. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew tonight.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by Your View.
If you're going to count yourself as a fan of this radio station, you'll need to continuously ask yourself one basic question. Am I listening enough? Pro tip, wives are not a good source for input on this. This is the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio.
The 2022 San Diego Loyal season is here. Live on YourView and YourView.com. Watch the San Diego Loyal host the El Paso Locomotive FC Sunday, April 3rd at 2 p.m. Come join us at Torero Stadium and support the San Diego Loyal as they make their bid for the 2022 USL Championship. Tickets are available. San Diego Loyal versus the El Paso Locomotive FC, Sunday, April 3rd on YourView.
Main streets are the heart of our communities, where we connect with our neighbors, support local businesses, and share new adventures. Main Street Living celebrates all of this, bringing you uplifting stories with guests from across the country and your community. Main Street Living covers what's important to you today, from our street to your street. Join Cheryl, Danielle, and Quincy for Main Street Living. Mondays at 9 on YourView.
Rugby. It's America's fastest growing sport and the predecessor of American football, combining football's physicality, the free-flowing grace of soccer, the ball-handling skills of basketball, and the intensity of ice hockey. No pads, no helmets, all action. Rugby Wrap-Up and Major League Rugby every Thursday night at 9 p.m. on YourView.
Hollander Dental is unique because we have been serving the Carlsbad community for over 25 years. We have a very spacious office with ample parking and state-of-the-art technology. The office has been newly renovated, so all the equipment and facility is brand new. Any patient visiting Hollander Dental can expect to be taken care of at every step of their visit.
With care and love and support. So when we're going through tough times, as dental work is and can be, they make it easy for us as patients.
Investing in your smile and your overall dental health in the long run will help you save money by preventing other medical conditions.
I would absolutely recommend Hollander Dental.
I do recommend Hollander Dental to anyone I know who needs something done.
You always want to live in the best home possible. And that's really at the heart of what our business is all about. And for over 20 years now, we've been focused on helping people get to the right property. At Move Up San Diego, we have created systems that are duplicatable because that creates the same results. Whether it's a trade-in option that we're doing a lot of right now, which allows people to be a cash buyer before they actually sell their home, or our moving concierge program, which actually helps you not just with the buying and selling of a property, but we help with the entire move. The best way to get a hold of Move Up San Diego is to either visit our website, moveupsandiego.com, or you can download our app called Move Up Homes, or you can call me direct on my cell phone at 858-204-7259.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and YourView, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Victor Howell here, host for the NCAA tournament special, Dance to the Dome. Each week during the tournament, we'll assemble a panel of regional experts that follow your local teams all the way to the Final Four at the Dome. Highlights, predictions, interviews, and more as we dance to the Dome on YourView.
Brought to you by Airy Church Live at Pechanga Arena, San Diego on Friday, May 6th, 2022. Tickets at access.com. The 2022 San Diego Loyal season is here. Live on YourView and YourView.com. Watch the San Diego Loyal host the El Paso Locomotive FC Sunday, April 3rd at 2 p.m. Come join us at Torero Stadium and support the San Diego Loyal as they make their bid for the 2022 USL Championship. Tickets are available. San Diego Loyal versus the El Paso Locomotive FC, Sunday, April 3rd on YourView. If you love animals, Animal Zone is for you. From rescues to animal experts, Animal Zone is fun for the whole family. Watch Animal Zone right here on YourView, Saturdays at 8:30 a.m. And visit animalzone.org to learn more about the show.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and crew show on the mightier 1090 a.m. ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
When you're craving great Mexican food.
Wait, sometimes we don't?
Oh, good point. Well, the best place to go is
Valle Luna. Hey, come along and find out why Valle Luna is